In this video, I want to show you how to add captions to your YouTube videos. Now, there's a couple different ways to do this. Some of them are more accurate than others, and I want to explain to you exactly why accuracy is so important here on YouTube. YouTube Simplified. Hi, and welcome to Creator Fundamentals. My name is Dan Courier, and it is my mission to simplify YouTube so you and I can grow together. And if you want to continue to receive notifications on content that can help you simplify YouTube, make sure you click that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you don't miss a thing. In this video, we're going to talk about captions. There's a variety of different ways that you can add them to your videos. Some are automatically applied right on YouTube. We'll go through that and show you exactly how that works. Plus, I'm going to show you a way to get accurate, easy captions through a very simple process that's very affordable. All right, so first we're going to start off here in YouTube Studio. This is the video list in YouTube Studio. I want to show you exactly where you go in to make changes, modify, add, remove captions, etc. Now, depending on your particular channel, what type of traffic that you're getting, I want to show you a couple different ways on captions because there is a free version and there's also an accurate version. So you need to decide for you and your content what makes the most sense for you. Inaccurate free versions can sometimes run into trouble, especially if they translate something that you've said to words that may not be appropriate for YouTube. That can cause you some visibility issues on the platform. So we're going to talk about that, but I want to show you exactly where you do this. Now, if you do decide to go the route to spend a couple bucks and get professional captions that are actually done by a human being, you want to make sure that they fit your budget, right? So one of the things that you can do is perhaps look at your video list like I have here. Maybe you want to take your videos and show them by the most popular ones to make sure at least the most traffic is coming in through a professionally captioned video. It's all up to you. That's just one of the ways that you can do it. Obviously, if you have videos that aren't getting much traction and probably won't, it doesn't make sense to go through the trouble of trying to have those captioned. All right, so first we're going to start here on the video list in YouTube Studio. One of the things to understand is there's a couple different ways that you can go about getting captions on your videos. Depending on your audience, how big it is, how much traffic you're getting, there may be different options that make more sense for you. There is a free version, a free way to get captions on your videos. There's also an accurate version that does cost a little bit of money, but in the grand scheme of things, it is very cost effective. Now, depending on your particular audience, it may or may not make sense to spend a couple dollars on your captions. You do have the ability to go the economy route, use the automatic caption process, and then go in and manually review every line of that and make updates where necessary. If you want to save time, I don't know about you, but for me, time is money, and I value my time greatly with all the other things that I have going on. So if I can put a couple bucks on a video and have somebody else professionally review and caption the video, then I'm all for it. But again, the size of your audience, how you make money, all these things come into play to determine which way is right for you. So we're going to jump back into that video list. I'm going to show you exactly. So I went to one of my most popular videos here, and we're going to click on edit to go into that actual video. Now from here, we can go to more options. It's at the top right next to basic. All right, so after we click on more options, we'll scroll down here. We see original video language, subtitles, and closed caption. We see that my video language is set to English. Now I believe that YouTube will automatically provide captions in your native language if you have that language set in upload defaults. Let's jump over to upload defaults real quick just so I can show you exactly where you set your language globally. Make sure I can remember exactly where this is. In YouTube upload defaults, we have, so that's settings, that's the gear in the lower left-hand corner. We come in here, we have all of our defaults, and I believe right here. So you have your advanced settings. You can preset your videos to a certain language, and I'm pretty sure that YouTube is then going to auto caption them using that language. So that's important to know if you don't want to have to go in and set this for every single video. Coming into your upload defaults, setting your language, and saving those changes are going to allow that auto captioning to take place automatically, obviously, as the name suggests. But the issue with that, now you can just leave that the way it is and just take YouTube's word that they did the best job that they can. But understand that those captions can come into play in terms of how YouTube views and understands your videos. So if they're interpreting something that you said as something completely different, which we recently saw on a bigger YouTube's channel, that it translated into something completely inappropriate, which I won't mention here, don't want to be demonetized, but in any event, it's important to understand that those are not 100% accurate. But now that I showed you where to set that by default, we can understand why when I come in and I click edit right here, and then into more options, we'll see that it's English is my language, and English by YouTube was an automatic closed captioning setup. Now, if we click on the three dots next to it, I think you can click anywhere to be quite honest, and then click on YouTube Classic Studio, this is going to bring us into the old school caption editor. They have not moved this over yet. We're going to pause that, and you can see that those are the captionings and the translations. They show you down here what everything is. And you have the option to scroll through and just view these as they go along. Like so. You also have the ability to edit them. We click on edit. We wait for the little spinning circle to finally stop. And then you can go to any of these sections and look for places where they don't quite say what they're supposed to. Also, capitalization is a really big deal with captioning. Oftentimes, the automated captions are just going to leave everything lowercase because it's not smart enough to know what are proper names, and sometimes it doesn't even know where sentences end and other sentences start, or you know, when somebody's actually saying something versus it just being a translation of the words. And it's just important to understand the differences, because you can definitely tell the difference when you're looking at a caption between those which are automated and those that have actually been done by a human. So this is the automated version. We look through here and we can see everything that it has done. And I'm sure if we spent a lot of time digging through these, we would find, if nothing else, we would find references to my channel, Creator Fundamentals, that weren't capitalized like they should be, and all kinds of other things. So what we're going to do is, yeah, so like right here, it says you're watching Creator Fundamentals, but it's all lowercase. There's no punctuation, and it just doesn't look good. So we want to fix that. So what we're going to do is we are going to return to YouTube Studio. Of course, I can just tab because YouTube still does this weird thing where it opens a bunch of new tabs. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to our video list. We are going to click the three dots next to our video. And again, you don't have to do this step if you have your video saved locally, but we're going to pretend that we don't have this video locally. So we're going to go to YouTube. We're going to click download. And you can see down here, it's downloading the video. And then we're going to go to a website that is going to give us more accurate results. And I'm going to put a link in the description below that you can follow to get a $10 credit when you go to do this. So if you want to try it out for the first time, you don't know if it's right for you, then you can go ahead and use that $10 credit and go through the process for free, essentially, without having to worry about things. So we are going to go to Revcom. I already have an account. If you don't happen to have an account, then you can certainly just sign up for one. It's not a complicated process. All right, so when you first come to Rev.com, this is what you're looking at. Now, if you've never done this before, it can get a little bit confusing. You want to make sure that you're using the right terminology. You're not trying to transcribe your video, or else you're just going to get basically a text file with all the words in your video. You want to actually add captions. The big difference between the two, captions are actually associated with timestamps within the video itself. So we're going to click on captions. We're going to click on get started. And then we are going to upload a file. I'm going to select the file. All right, so we're going to grab that video that we downloaded earlier directly from YouTube, and we are going to select it and upload it to Rev.com. Now we see our file selected there. We click upload, gives us a little progress to show how long it takes to upload that video. All right, so once the video is uploaded, it will bring you to the actual checkout screen. Now, you're actually charged $1.25 per minute of video. So depending on how long your video is going to determine this cost. Obviously, in this case, this was a 16-minute video. If you're doing shorter videos, you're going to pay less. And if you're doing longer videos, you're going to pay more. This is where you need to decide whether or not this particular cost makes sense for your channel and what you're trying to achieve for your business. Now, if you're somebody who is actively monetized on YouTube and you're earning revenue from your videos, you need to understand exactly how much revenue that you're making and whether or not this is going to help your brand and your business make more money in the long run and provide quality, accurate content to your audience. So in this case, I am going to check out. Now you have the ability to rush your order, which basically doubles the cost. So if you have a 3-minute video, instead of costing $3.75, it's going to cost $7.50 or whatever that works out to be. But again, all choices you can make as an individual. By getting that free $10, if you're making trying to transcribe a smaller video, you're obviously going to be able to fit that in for that free money. So I would maybe start with a smaller video to get a sense of the process. But this one happens to be 16 minutes. We're going to click checkout. I happen to keep a balance on Rev because it is something that I use for myself as well as my clients. So I'm just going to sign in here because I already have an account. And we'll see that I have a balance remaining. So I'm just going to apply it to that, place the order, and then you have the ability to give some help. Again, these are going to be captioned by real people. So if you could help them and be like, okay, you're hearing a name, it's Dan Courier. Then you can add that to speaker name. So if there's a question about how it's spelled or pronounced or punctuation, anything like that, you can allow them to help. Also, if you're doing something very technical or you're in a niche or something that it has very specific language that somebody who's captioning a video might not understand, you can also come in here and add terms and explain them to help them translate to make sure that they're used in the proper context, that sort of thing. But in this case, nothing groundbreaking. We are done for now. It says order confirmed. They're going to send me an email to let me know that they've received the video. Plus, they're going to send me an email when it's done. So once we've submitted our video, this is the time we have to wait for them to get it to a human who then goes through and does the full captioning. As you can see here, for any video under 30 minutes, they indicate that they will typically have that delivered to you in less than 24 hours. So you want to consider that when planning this process. If you're going to make a video and then have it captioned, you have the option to upload the video without captions, or you can build this into your normal workflow and have the video captioned prior to it going public. The choice is yours. Just understand that if you do go this route and you want to mix that into your process prior to actually publishing the video for the first time, that you may want to give that 24-hour buffer in your planning to make sure that you have the caption back and the video ready to go for whatever time you're planning on publishing the video. All right, so typically I would wait overnight and come back to Rev and grab the file the next day. It actually has been a little bit more than overnight, squeezed in my conference people of video in between shoots here. But we are back grabbing this captioning file. I'm going to show you exactly how to go in on Rev and grab that. Once you're logged in, you're going to have a list of all of any videos that you've uploaded. I've drilled into a specific folder as to not to display all the client work that I also use in Rev as well. But here is the file. Here on the right-hand side, you have the option of clicking on the 3 dots, and one of the options is to download. So we're going to click the 3 dots, click on download, and it'll usually default to SRT. That is the one that you want. That's the one we're going to upload to YouTube to provide captions. So we're going to go ahead, make sure that's checked, and we're going to click download. It's going to do its thing. As you can see in the lower left-hand corner, it is downloading that file. And we will dismiss this, and then we're going to jump into YouTube. So we go into YouTube, go into our video list, and we're going to sort, because we did this on the most popular video, I believe is where we started, how to upload videos on YouTube. So we're going to go in here, click the edit button. Then we're going to go into more options, and then we see down here, and we're actually going to delete what's there. Because I did a trial run before this, make sure everything worked as I expected it to. But this is what it'll look like when you don't have captions. You're either going to have the automatic one listed here, or you're not going to have anything, and it'll just say upload subtitles / close caption. So we're going to click on this, and as you saw with the one that I had there, I just clicked on it and clicked delete. But you can Click here, and it's going to with timing and continue. All right, so here's our file, how to upload a video on YouTube. We're going to click that and click open. And then it's going to say English by you. We're going to click on that. It just shows replace and delete. Now, see, this is actually an interesting shortcoming of this, because the way they have it set up in the new YouTube Studio, you can't actually get to the caption and look at it. But what we're going to do, because we've placed the caption there, we're going to actually go and play the video and see how this caption looks, and show you the difference between what a free caption looks like, an automated caption that's done by AI, versus one that's actually done by a person. So let's drill into the actual video. Now, as you can see, the very noticeable thing is punctuation. It's punctuated like a human would do that. You also see capitalization. It recognizes that YouTube should be capitalized. Now, I would imagine that maybe the automatic captions have been set to identify YouTube, but there's a lot of common words that should be uppercase, names and things like that, that the automated process will typically miss. But it just looks a lot cleaner. Like in this case, it shows that the narrator, it identifies that it's not a person on screen, and it shows you that there are words being spoken in the background. So just a nice clean look. And like I said, capitalization, my name's capitalized. There's a punctuation where necessary. And because these are actually done by a human, you know that you're going to get accurate captions, far more accurate than you're going to get by AI that's just trying to understand what you said. If you speak fast, it might not be as obvious for the AI as it is for a person that's actually figuring out what the person on the screen is saying. So definitely much higher quality, going to also protect you from potentially getting demonetized because your automated captions were interpreted. If any of you have had any experience with your videos being demonetized before, we all know that the AI is not the most accurate process in the world. So you do want to make sure that you're getting quality, accurate content. So it is an investment, as I mentioned. You're paying $1.25 per minute of video that's captioned, but depending on the size of your audience and how many people are seeing your videos, it may be a really smart business move to get those most popular videos captioned. All right, so as you can see, that is a pretty straightforward process. The only difficult part is waiting for the video to be processed. But like I said, if you build that into your routine, then it will just become a natural part of the process and it won't be too bad. But the advantage, the big advantage, is getting accurate captions. You don't want to just rely on the automated captions of YouTube, or you could run into issues where people aren't getting the exact translation of what's going on in your video, and it just doesn't present a professional look to your content. So if you want to give it a try, the great thing is you can try it without risk. I'm going to put a link in the description below that will give you a $10 credit on Rev, so you can try it with one of your videos without having to spend any money. So definitely follow the link below, give Rev a try, caption one of your videos, and then see how it works, how it compares against the other videos that you're doing, and also compare the actual captioning that you get from Rev to that from the automated process from YouTube. You will notice a lot of significant differences and why it's much more valuable to get accurate captions by an individual person who's actually going through and watching the video, as opposed to an AI that's just trying to interpret what it thinks you're saying. And hey, don't forget, this video has been sponsored by TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is your #1 browser plugin for managing and growing your YouTube channel. It's available to download for free. There's a link in the description below, or you can go to trytubebuddy.today and get started for free. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. If I didn't cover anything in enough detail, let me know exactly what your thoughts are on that, and I'm happy to help answer any questions and get you the information you need to make the decision about whether paying to have your videos captioned makes sense to you. Don't let the learning stop here. I've done a number of videos on YouTube feature tutorials, so click on the playlist above to keep that learning going and to simplify YouTube. I'll see you in the next video.